What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Sporgo. And today we're going to do a little bit of a team run with Chris. Not going to be an OP team, not going to be the best team for him. We definitely could do more damage with a different team. Before we get into that, I want to highlight something that Netmarble has recently done, which is this right here. Now, this is pretty damn sweet. This is actually posted up yesterday where we're going to be able to get Volume 13 tickets and, you know, some elixir, which is always nice, some AP for those players that are needing to have some AP for some farming, which is really, really good. But you're going to get 10 summons here. You're going to get 10 more summons for the character and 10 more summons for the character. That is 30 free summons for the character, and you're going to get 30 free card summons also. That is amazing. I'm really, really happy that they're really highlighting this 5th anniversary. They're really giving us some extra love. So that's quality, my friends. I'm really, really happy that they've done that, especially since a lot of people, you know, as always, have had some pretty abysmal luck in these banners, me included. And I know some of you had really good luck. Shout out to you, man. But for those of us that had really crappy luck, it's really nice to get those free pulls. That's actually really, really sweet. So as far as guild raid, we're just going to do, again, guys, we're just going to do a team run, but it's not going to be the most OP team. We're just going to use Leona. I really like using Leona for Rugal because of her bleed. It just works out so well with this character because once you do her 3PG or you go through her skills, you apply some bleed, you do her 3PG, and then afterwards you run through her skills again. You can just break the meter really, really easy against Rugal, and that's why I like to use her. She's not the best, but she still is a really good support because she does have increased target damage received on her skills, right? I mean, she does have it on her first skill, which is really, really nice, by 50% and by 55%. Right now, obviously, if I was using our limitless, then these would actually go up to 60%. And then this one here up to 65%. But I'm not going to be using that. We're going to keep it more of a kind of a level 90 kind of gameplay kind of thing. And then we're going to be using Sarah, a character that I really don't show a lot of love to, but she's actually a really good support. Now, she's not going to be played optimally because whenever you play with Sarah, actually when you tag her out, you get an increased target AC by 50% for 15 seconds. This is really, really good for damage, but we're going to be using her as the last support dealer. So it'll be like Leona, then it'll be Sarah, and then, well, actually we will get the increased target AC by 40%. Never mind. We will be getting that because we're going to be switching in Chris afterwards. I don't know what I was thinking there, but she does have nice support passes where she decreases defenses by 90%. That is really, really good. And then also, she increases purple fighter attack by 100%. Really sweet for Chris. Again, not the best support guys. We could definitely use other supports like Shizuru, Cosme. I think they would actually be better for Chris. Then Chris is just going to have the same build. We're just going to use his leadership because I find this seems to work out the best for him. And especially with the other leaderships that we have on the team, we're just going to be using the same exact card sets. And of course, we're going to be using Kusanagi for the decreased defenses, Kula for the increased attack by 15%. So let's pull up the run, guys, and let's talk about it and kind of run through it. Now, I only played this a couple times, to be fully transparent with you guys. I really didn't try to get the best run possible. I just curious to see what he could do at A3, with a, lower than stellar team, right? Not the best team, but a decent team. Really, whenever Nightmare Geese shows back up, I think I can test Chris out a little bit better because Cosme is actually an insane support. I really didn't really use Cosme here because she doesn't really have the right dots, doesn't break the meter really the best way. You can do it, obviously, we use different strikers, but I just kind of wanted to ease the pain a little bit and use the own. But whenever Geese shows up, Cosme is going to be really awesome because you can actually use a 3PG, increase critical damage, and decrease defenses. And that's going to make a big, big difference in Chris's damage, right? But I find that, whenever I play with him, I don't really use his awakened skill very much in this rotation because the idea is to break the 3PG or is to apply as much damage as possible to Rugal when he's stunned. And the other thing that kind of sucks about this is that we're not getting Chris's attack for his second skill from his 3PG when these buffs are actually being applied, right? Well, not really. We're actually losing damage whenever you use the team. So, this is something that kind of sucks about Shermie and Chris whenever you're using a team composition because the way we want to do it is we want to drop in our main damage dealer after our supports and apply a bunch of damage while these buffs are being applied, right? If I do the 3PG right after the buffs are applied from Chris, Well, what's going to happen is Rugal will do his explosion at the wrong time and interrupt our skills, right? And it'll cause us to lose damage. I might have to work on a different rotation, in all honesty, and try to figure out a better way, because the fact that we're not getting that extra attack for his second skill from his 3PG actually is hurting his damage tremendously in this run. It's really hurting it a lot, which kind of sucks. But you guys notice, I just try, after I use my buffs, I just try to, run through the first skill, tap the third skill, apply the darkness, hit the third skill again, fully charged up to 10 darkness sigmas, and then hit the second skill, then do the default, get 10 darkness sigmas applied again, and hit the second skill again. And like I said, we're not getting that attack, right? Like, maybe what I should do is I should do like this, like as soon as I use Leona, go ahead and use Sarah, and then just do Chris's 3PG immediately while the meter still isn't quite broken on Rugal. Maybe I'll try that, see if that works out a little bit better. I might try that, and if it ends up working better, I'll post that at the end of this video. If not, then I guess you guys know that it didn't work out any better. But I mean, it's not, like I said, I mean, he's an A3 character, he's not A5. A5 is going to be a whole different beast, guys. It's going to be a whole different beast. And obviously, if we was using different supports, be a completely different beast. But pretty good damage. But again, I mean, the guy got 200 billion solo against Rugal. 200 billion solo, you really would expect more. But again, we're not using really the best supports, and we're not getting that extra attack for the second skill from his 3PG. And honestly, it kind of sucks. I'm going to have to figure out a better way to do this. But the thing is, I mean, once you do the 3PG, I mean, this 3PG lasts a bit of time. You apply your buffs, and then you do your 3PG, and you're going to lose all those buffs. So that's kind of the caveat to both Shermie and Chris, because they both have this increased attack off their 3PGs. Shermie, not as bad, I don't think, because her 3PG isn't as long as Chris's, but because Chris's is quite long, you lose all the supports by the time you finish your 3PG, and it kind of sucks. I mean, I mean, but I really like Chris's playstyle. Like, I think he's really, really fun, but it would have been better if the increased attack for the second skill would have been on one of his 3 skills. It would have been better if it would have been on his first skill or his third skill, or even after a default. Like, that would have been a lot better instead of having it on the 3PG for this specific, like when you're trying to do team runs. And by the way, I could change some of my cars to where we could bring Chris in a little bit faster, so that way we wouldn't have to wait around. That would actually add damage to this run. Probably add another, 200 billion or so maybe. But I mean, 1.2 trillion, not too shabby. Not too shabby, considering that we're not using the most OP team, right? Considering that we're not getting his attack or his second skill from his 3PG by doing it this way. So yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad at all, right? Let's see if I can find my pause button here. Maybe not. Maybe I don't have a pause button. Yeah, never mind. But I mean, he's getting it done. He's getting it done. He's doing all right. So he was able to get 1.2 trillion in total, right? Pretty good run. Again, not the best, not too shabby, but I'll try that run that I mentioned earlier and see if we can get that increased attack from his 3PG while we're using a team composition. So guys, let me know what you think about the free multis that we're going to be getting, and also Chris on the team composition. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GD+7 time. Link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See everybody. Take care.